Well, we all knew it was going to happen at some point. Didn't think it was going to happen this soon. What am I talking about? Stand by and you'll find out in just a second. Hey everybody, it's your boy Nuke out in Las Vegas. And, it's Tuesday. So on Tuesday, as I promised, give you nothing but the tips. So here's the thing. Over the last week, for some odd reason, things have changed. Now, over the last month, things have been a little bit off. Sales have been down a little bit, but I think the thing that drove it home to me was I was at our sales meeting and somebody just mentioned, it's like all of my listings are just sitting there now. No one's coming to see them. I have to beg. Now when I'm looking at houses and I have to do the old dial around and see whether it's really on the market or not. I've discussed this in the past. Just because a house shows that it's available does not mean it's available, and the smart thing to do is to find out if it's really available. The houses were available. I had an offer accepted on a house, list price. No bidding against everybody. Things are starting to calm down. I can't even lie to you on that. You see, I've been enthusiastic about the housing market, and because it was great. Supply and demand. Well, the demand is starting to slow down. Why is it slowing down? Well, we've talked about this before. Interest rates have gone up. If you had purchased a median priced home back in January and purchased one now, and I don't mean with the price increases, just the same price, you'd be paying over $500 a month more. A lot of people don't have that extra $500. Well, they've been priced out of the market. I don't know if you've been looking at the houses on the market lately, but stuff in the $800,000 range is kind of normal now and pedantic. I can remember when 800,000 was luxury. And I mean, this is just a couple of years ago. So I have clients in the 800,000 range who are looking around. It's like, what is this? Because you have to look around and go, what is this? The housing market overvalued itself. Now, people can't exactly afford all of the housing that's out there. So it's starting to leave the rest of the population. So here's the tip for the sellers. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're having a record number of price reductions based on inventory. That's because nobody's coming to see your house because they can't afford your house. These interest rates have driven a lot of people out of the market. So you need to make sure that your house is priced correctly. Why are these houses still available when I'm calling around now? Demand is down. Now, at some point, here goes the buyer with their little renter porn. Hate to tell you, there's going to be no rental porn here today. Prices are going to be about stable with where they were last month or so, at least for the next few months while the industry shakes itself out. And also, there's a little bit of feeling of loss from some people. Let's be honest, there's plenty of folks out there who've lost six figures in the stock market over the last few months. Even if you weren't going to use that money to buy a house, you feel poor. Trust me, you feel poor when you've lost a lot of money in the stock market. So fewer of those people are going to be in the market for a house, which means we're not in a market crash. But what it does mean is things are going to start sliding sideways quickly. So if you're a homeowner, we've reached peak market. I can tell you that right now. Unless somehow mysteriously the interest rates go down, we've reached peak market. This is the time to capture. So you actually have that time now where you can go out. You've been sitting on the fence waiting because you were afraid you're going to be homeless or something. Well, you don't have to be afraid anymore because that house is going to be available. Your house is probably not going to sell in the first weekend like they have been. It's probably going to take a couple of weeks. Still, relative to everything, that's really good. So if your house takes a couple of weeks, that means the houses you're looking for takes a couple of weeks. So now it's the time to get yourself in the market and get that house on the market. So especially if you're a move up, because there's some buyer out there who is looking for your house. For the buyers, you need to start looking for that hidden inventory. There is still hidden inventory of sellers who are just waiting for the right moment. The sellers who've been waiting for peak market, and we are at peak market. So probably for the next rest of the year, possibly the year after that, as long as these interest rates are that high, until people get comfortable, people are going to sit on the sidelines. Well, you don't have to sit on the sidelines. You still can get some equity growth. You're not going to be like those lucky SOBs who bought a year ago, who are 100,000 up. I'm about to list a house that I sold these folks a year ago. They have to move on for certain reasons. They're up more than $100,000. You're not going to be able to, be 150,000 from buying 2 years ago. A year from now, maybe you're up 10, 15,000, if that. I'm just saying. But at least you'll have some equity in the house. Okay? So those are my tips for the day. Making sure that you have all the information that you need. Also, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, hit that like button, left a comment. I'd appreciate if you do that, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. Also, I have some more videos over here for you to watch. Go ahead and watch those, because I have some more great tips for you.